Happy New Year, Angel family. Happy New Year. I'm so glad to see everybody. I was looking on my calendar. It feels like it's been like 3 weeks. But inside it feels like 5 months. So much going on. Sorry. I went on a walk and now I came in and the air is dry, so I'm just going to grab some of this. Hi, Isaac. I love that message. Everyone loves Isaac. What a great affirmation. Hey, Mary. I do have 2 paid readings today, but I'm going to wait for my moderator to come on. Hey, Liz, there you are. I'm just going to chat for a little bit if that's okay. I just went on a walk and it's really moist outside, but then it's cold, so we have the heater on. Give me a second here. Hey, Mary, how you doing, sweetheart? Whew. I was just saying, it's been 3 weeks since I've been on here, which seems like an incredibly long time, other than coming on and wishing everybody Happy New Year the other day. But in a way, it feels like 5 months. Is anybody going through transitions that are just making you feel like you're doing a quantum leap or something? And as I shared, just to do a recap with my collective, hey Turk, reading I did, I kept I'll see visions. Liz, if it's okay, I'm gonna just chat for a little bit till I see a moderator or two, and then I'll start your reading, okay, sunshine? But in the meantime, if you're on here, welcome. My name's Julie. I'm a psychic medium. I was born with this gift and had visions when I was younger. Kind of shut down the gift because I was scared. I didn't know I actually had this gift. Thanks, Liz. And it wasn't until I was in college that people were like, you're psychic. And then I had a good friend, Tammy, still in my life, that gave me a lot of books on mediumship. I didn't even know what a medium was. I feel like I'm clearing my throat chakra. Hello, Dee, how are you? So one of the things that I've seen are visions, and let me share this with you guys for a little bit, like when we get all sitting and get comfortable. I'll have visions for each decade. So in 2009, I saw that young people that really weren't made for school and they were more like artistic were going to drop out of school and be entrepreneurs and buy their parents' homes with cash. And then I saw that in 2009. And then of course in 2010, we see like the rise of like YouTubers and influencers and people and kids literally paying cash for their parents' homes. And so in 2019, this is not political, I'm just sharing a vision that I saw. I don't care on either side as far as politics go, but for the sake of saying this, I saw a vision. I used to live in the Bay Area, and I saw a vision that it was going to be a ghost town in our area, which is unheard of because there's so many people in the Bay Area, so much traffic. And I said, okay, and I saw the vision that a woman was going to be in the White House. Those were 2 things. And they said, Julie, when these 2 things occur, then you know that it's called feminine rising is this decade coming. And basically what that means is anybody who's a healer or artist, women-owned businesses, they were showing me like the yin and the yang. I don't mean to get all funky on you guys because I'm a psychology major, so I usually like to talk like real time, but there is a yin and a yang balance for all of us, a giving and receiving for everyone. And as a society, they were showing me like it was getting too technical, too concrete. A lot of large corporations were hoarding the money, and they showed me kind of like back in the day when people didn't have like banks and everything, and they just did crops, and you exchange like my 3 eggs for your flour, and so on. And they were saying that at the beginning, the economy is going to look really shaky, but then in the middle of 2023, it's going to, this decade is like 2025, 2026, you're going to see a stronger economy because of these mini businesses, these micro businesses, they were calling them. And so if you've been feeling like you're going to start a business and you tried it the last decade, I do believe in the ability to manifest, but I also believe that everything comes in the right season. And I'm letting you know this is the right season. I'm not an astrologist, but I do see visions. And to share with you guys something else that I saw while I'm waiting for someone to come through. One of the moderators, and hi moderators if you're on here, thank you for being here. One of the things that I kept seeing as we got closer to all of this is what is it? Show me again. At the end of 2020, okay, so January of 2023, the first 3 weeks would be murky and slow and messy. So not to plant anything new, just kind of like rest and recuperate and redraw your blueprint of what you want. It's like setting a New Year's resolution, but not really. For me, it's like setting an intention of like what you're going to be doing this year business-wise and for yourself. So they were showing me to have people do that and to up their self-care. They said a lot of people would be going through like an awakening, like perhaps you had a falling out with a family member and you're always the one who gives and you're the empath, but yet you get yelled at in your family because you're the one helping, so no one else helps, but they blame you when something's going wrong, kind of thing. And they were saying that that's going to be uplifting, and then and like coming out. They were equating it to like a zip popping, which is so gross, but that's kind of how they showed me, saying like it would come to the front, so that issues that have been deep rooted are coming out, and those aren't always fun to deal with. And then they said, so keep upping your self-care. Some people who might reach out for counseling to help get through this so that they have strength. But rest assured, if you do all of this and you move in that direction, even if it's like, I'm going to start walking for 20 minutes, or I grab 5 cups of caffeine a day, I'm going to make 2 of those a juice drink. Do you know what I mean? Like just the intention of moving in the better air, you will be part of this energy that happens the last week in January and carries all the way to July, like beginning of July. So the energy is going to be really fast, meaning it reminds me of the Ariana Grande song. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. So perhaps you had something before, dust it off. This is the time for it to come through. Can you see if this is going to be an abundant year for everybody? It is if you heed the advice from your guides to start something new, to pull back your energy of giving everybody else your time and love, and you can still do that. But if you're not part of that compassion, it's going to this energy is going to kick you in the butt, because everything's about balance. Oh, good, Jasper, I'm glad. So really up your self-care. And somebody asked, what about California? Hold on, let me get some more water. I may have to log off for a minute and go get some more water. Hold on one second. So, what about California? And the things that I've seen with COVID, whether you believe that that was a real thing and got vaccinated or not, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Mother Earth and what she had to do to make the energy slow down so that the water and the air were healing. If you look back at the animals that came out during COVID, and you look at the amount of our air quality in areas where it's usually like showing like 65 degrees, like harmful, or like 80 too toxic for sensitive people, you would see that it was down to like 15, 20, and the air quality was showing good. That was part of it. And the other thing is that it's like we didn't listen to slow down, so all these air things start happening with not being able to fly with the storm. So I feel like Mother Earth at the end of the day is showing us who's really in charge. And if we're not going to pay attention and slow down and listen, the message is going to get stronger. That's all I can say. So slow down, start recycling. It doesn't have to be a lot, you guys. I don't want to bring fear to you at all, because I actually see good things coming. That's why all of these people are talking about like the Stanley cups and bringing your own cups places. That every little bit that you do is help. So don't think, they're saying, don't think that one small thing that you're doing is not helping society, and don't think you have to take on society's problems, because a lot of empaths do that. You can grab a trash bag and pick up trash on your walk. You can, instead of grabbing a drink somewhere that's going to not be recycled, you can bring your recycling cup. Do you know what I mean? It's just like little changes that are going to be big, that are going to lead to something big. And that's what they're saying. So this is the year to start new businesses, and the energy is going to be really good. So if you're feeling like, well, I want to start this idea, but it's going to take like 7 months for that to happen, not in this energy. It's going to happen faster. As a matter of fact, if you've been watching this guy Keith, he does reviews on restaurants, and literally people will say like, hi Sierra. They'll be like, in these little mom and pop restaurants, will be like, no one was in here, nobody was coming. And then it shows on TikTok, and then there's a line out the door. And that guy from Frankincense, I think it is, in Las Vegas, made more money in one day than he did in the 4 months. That's this energy coming. So you are the foundation of what your idea is growing upon. So if you've, yeah, me too, Aggie. Hey, Elena. So you are the foundation of what your idea is growing upon. If there's something that you need to look at, that you're afraid to look at, and I'm including myself in this too. It's like, I've already done counseling about my trauma in childhood. I don't need to look at that anymore. It's like, no, you need to look at it again. There's some other stuff. So I want to say it's not fun, but if you do it, if you have the courage to do it, it's not going to be as bad as you're thinking, if that makes any sense. So I am waiting for at least one moderator. I'm going to pause here and let you guys maybe ask some questions. I know Liz is coming. Actually, if you guys can take a break for 1 second, I'm going to go get a little bit more water, okay? Okay. So maybe that's the message too. Everybody drink more water. I do have 2 prepaid readings today. To be honest with you guys, I was doing a lot of counseling for myself for things, and I felt like I could probably take on 2 readings today. So I am just going to do the 2 readings, because if you watch me before, you know that I don't like doing readings if I'm tired, and I have enough energy to hold space for 2 readings and to do the collective. Do you like up on any paid relatives coming through for me? Oh, hi, sweetheart. I'm not, I'm saving some of my energy for Liz's reading, and I'm also waiting for, Trish to come on as well. And if any of my moderators are on, I'm just like looking through. How's my dog? Oh, thank you so much. That was a miracle. That was a Christmas miracle. Cheers. So Jasper, am I saying your name right? Thank you for asking that. Or Jasper? Is it Jasper? So my dog Delilah, I can't remember that. Isn't that just such a blur? That's what I'm talking about. Everything, that feels like it was 5 months ago. Am I the only one who's feeling like this? Jasper? Okay. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Jordan. So what happened was, I thought she had an infected toenail, and we kept trying to treat it. I'm like, I'll just take her to the vet and get some antibiotics. I'm okay now, but I was a mess because the vet looked at Delilah and said, that's not an infected paw. That's a tumor. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I lost it, of course, because she's my baby. We rescued her, but I always say she rescued us right back. And even as I'm talking now, I'm getting like very emotional about it, obviously. But the coast is clear, and she does not have cancer. And they did remove her toe, and she is fine. I mean, she is running around. I feel like she was in so much pain from the tumor that she's relieved now, if that makes any sense. And as a matter of fact, like a week and a half after she had her surgery, I think it was like she was done by the second week in December. she was running around like crazy. And I was like, and she still had her stitches, but I think she was feeling so good. And I was like, hey, don't you know you just had your tumor removed? What are you doing? It was like, I was obviously joking around. And we're Harry Potter fans, so we were like, I always have to have humor with stuff. And we're like, hey, Peter Pettigrew, which she's not at all, because Peter Pettigrew was like, played such a bad character. But yeah, so to answer your question in such a long way, Delilah is doing great. And thank you all. I know she healed fast because of the good energy and the prayers that you guys were sending. So I really want to thank you guys for that. So thank you so much. I'm going to grab a cup of tea here. Are any of my moderators here? I mean, I know this is a good group. You guys would probably do a really good job staying quiet and holding space for a person I'm reading, but I usually like at least one moderator on here. So I'm just calling all my moderators. Calling all angels. Remember the song by Train? I haven't either. Well, let's give it a go. Can you guys do me a favor? I used to be a preschool teacher, so I'm going to say, can you guys sit crisscross applesauce? I don't have anybody muting anybody today. What happens is I'm going to start doing a couple readings that people have paid for, and you might say, hey, that's just like my dad, or good job, or I love this reading. If you could do me a favor, I love all of that, but could you do me a favor and just, listening ears, y'all, could you just hold that and write your messages down for yourself? I will take a break and look at your questions, but it's like you're coming in a room while I'm talking to somebody, and I'm going to start with Liz first. And so even when you're chatting, I know you don't see this because it's via text, but if it were in person, I was chatting with Liz, you'd be like, hey, my dad's, that's my mom. And I'd be like, you wouldn't do that, right? Like in person. So please know that I read the energy of the thread. And if you comment while I'm doing someone else's reading, I'm very sensitive and I'm drawn to other people's energy. So once I start Liz's reading, if you could hold your comments, like I said, I'll take a break at the end. And what happens with wonderful spirits on the other side, hey, Ashley, we do have a moderator here, thank goodness. What happens at the end of the day when I do readings for people is there are going to be double messages. And the reason that they do that is they're like, it's all divinely planned. Do you know what I mean? For me to be reading here, for someone to be asking it, and for you to be watching, is they know that you have somebody or some hope that you need in your heart. So this is all a divine plan. So I do have a moderator on, which she's going to do. I think, Ashley, let me see if I have the ability to help you pin stuff. Hold on. Manage moderator. Okay, so I do have you on there with a lot of ability. So if you want, you can pin a comment right now. Ashley, if you feel comfortable doing that, just says hold all comments during reading or you will be muted kind of thing. So that when people are coming into the room, they know. That would be great. So it's such an honor to be here for you guys. I am going to start with messages. I will thank you so much, sweetheart. Hello, Holly. And I will take a break to say hi and things like that. If you find yourself getting muted, you're only muted for a little bit. Oh, yeah. And so please don't take offense to it. You didn't know, and that's fine. I know we're all very sensitive people. I'm just starting a reading right now. So Ashley, thank you for your help. And Liz, I'm ready to do your reading. And Ashley, the thing about Liz is she also has, oh, there we go. Jenny's here. Thanks, Jenny. Oh, thank you, moderators. I cannot do this without you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the way this is going to work is for Jenny and Ashley, I'm going to be starting Liz's reading off. Trish is another person who has paid for her reading, and she's running a little bit late, but she might say, hi, I'm here. And that's Trish D. And so also with Liz is her mom, D. If you can say hi, Liz's mom, can you say hi? Because while I do Liz's reading, sometimes her mom comes on here too, and that's the only other person other than the moderators who should be talking. Do we have that? Yeah, your mom is here too. There we go. Thank you. Yay. I missed you guys. I'm so glad we're doing this. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, sounds good. We got it. Oh, you remembered them, Jenny? Thank you. Every time I see Jenny, I feel like Jenny, Jenny, who can I turn to? So funny. All right. Okie dokie, artichoke. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. And I always say, God and angels, please show me what I need to know about. And then the energy will start to come through. One of the things that I find interesting on here, so Liz, I'm all ready for you. Just wanted to know who you wanted to hear from today. And as I don't need to know their name, I just need to know their relationship to you. And she did reach out to me Liz reached out to me as I've read her before. And she said, you mentioned a puppy in our last reading. And I said, no, there's no puppy. And then she's like, oh, my sister's wife ended up getting a puppy, and it's her sister who's passed, and unbeknownst to her, they did get a puppy. So sometimes I'll see things that happened in the past. Sometimes they'll show me something in the present, and sometimes they'll show me something in the future, if that makes sense. Okay, perfect. So as I go, I keep seeing tattoos. That's one of the things that I keep seeing. And when I start following you on social media, I have to pretend like I'm not seeing this. I'm right in the middle of a reading. If you're looking at the messages right now, you'll listen to what the moderators are saying, and that's why I'm moving away so I don't absorb your energy, sunshine. But I'm right in the middle of a reading, but I will take a break. And thank you for being here. So I say the number 3. So I have to ask you, Liz, you got tattoos for your sister. Okay, and she's showing me the number 3. She keeps showing me this. My mom and I, her wife and I got her. Oh, okay, yep, that's it. Yes. Oh yeah, thank you. I was just gonna say like this. Yeah, and it's. Did your sister have a good sense of humor? Cause she and like long hair. Cause she goes, gosh, I'm famous. Like she's like, the people I have crossed over and people are doing things in honor of me. I'm famous. And she kind of like chuckles a little bit. I feel like she was really full of life and had a good laugh. Very long hair. Yeah. Cause did she flip it? Cause she's like, gosh, I'm famous. She went like that, which is so funny. So I feel like she has a sense of humor. You understand? Yeah. She's saying that. Dad. She keeps talking about dad. Dad. Did dad just do? She played with her hair all the time. Yeah. She's like, I did this when I was getting sassy also. That's how she shows it like that. I did it when I was getting sassy. That's how she shows me. Did dad also just do something? Oh, dad's here. Because she's like, dad. She just keeps talking about that. Now, she's not saying like who's favorites. She's not saying that, but she's like just being blunt. And she's saying that Liz is like mom and I was like dad. Does that make sense? You know how you have a child where one's more like the other? Does that make sense to you? Okay, she's saying I was more like dad. And she shows me a shooting range and target practice. Does that make sense to you when I say that? There's something like, oh, my dog's gonna start snoring. If that makes sense to you, I almost feel I've never been to target practice. Was it an actual shotgun? Was it a long gun that would rest right here? Because there's like, she's saying that my dad taught me how to shoot so that the gun wouldn't do a pop back or a pull back, because I've hurt my shoulder a couple times when it did. Is that making any sense to you guys? Rifle, shotgun. Oh my God. Okay. But it rested here. I don't know anything about guns, but I almost feel pressure right here. So then she's showing me that it's something that dad taught her. Oh my God, she has hurt herself. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. So see how she'll show me big bruises. Yep. And she said that's because dad kept saying I was holding it too tight or something. You have to like hold it tight but loose at the same time. She said you have to like learn how to do it like that. So does that make sense to you, Dad? Because see how she's saying hi to mom, hi to sister, and she's showing me like that as well. But she's also making sure that she acknowledges dad. Does that make sense to you guys when I say that? Yeah. And so sorry, we don't have Dad's username on here, so I'm hoping he's not commenting and getting okay, Turk, your dad. Okay, so moderators, this is kind of like heavy because there's Dee, Turk, and Liz are part of this reading. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And Daddy, did you just do something where you, Daddy's girl, was she your daddy's girl? She said she could do no wrong in your eyes. Your dad. Okay. Yeah, she says she hold on one second. She was Daddy's girl, and she could do no wrong in your eyes. Does that make sense? She just keeps saying that. Such a daddy's girl. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on one second. And Dad, are you thinking about something? He wants to do more for me. There's something like more. Did you want to do something in her honor or something like that? Did you recently think like, I've got to do something like more? Was it your family that bought a bunch of cheeseburgers or something because those were her favorite? I've done a couple of readings on here similar to your guys' story, so I want to see. But I'm tasting a McDonald's cheeseburger and I'm seeing the yellow wrapper. Yes? Okay. So I love that. So if this was something that made you guys feel good, because what happens is when we do something in a person's honor and they're crossed, it's like we get a shot of like energy. Do you know what I mean? And it's them. It's like they're showing us that they're with us and it feels really good. If it's something where my readings are filled today, but the moderators might be able to help you. I'm looking away so I don't absorb someone else's energy and I can stay focused on what she wants me to tell you. Hold on one second. Okay. But she likes that if you just thought about, oh, you're getting a tattoo too to contribute. Because she was like, thank you for telling me that, Daddy. Because Liz talks about how they got a tattoo. There's 3 of them. Yes. And I could see the hearts. Perfect. And then she's saying, my dad is like, I want to do something too. So now you're getting a tattoo. That's just her way of showing me that. So she has children, correct? Is one of her children is someone obsessed with trains? Was someone obsessed with trains, or is someone obsessed with trains? I feel like I'm on the ground and I'm going like this, and I feel like she tells me obsessed. She's obsessed. They're obsessed with trains. So one of her children obsessed with trains. 3 children, and yes, trains, LOL. How funny. So see, that's her way of knowing. That's her way of knowing. Do you know what I mean? She says that the puppy that they have is a lot of work for her wife, but also very intuitive. There's something like, if her wife is like, are you reading my mind? And the puppy's just, it's got like human eyes. Does that make sense to you guys when I say that? Thanks, Ashley. There is something special about that puppy. That's what I'm seeing too. Can I ask you, is there a jelly reference? Jelly, jam? I was like, are you showing me peanut butter and jelly? And she goes, nope, just toast, butter, and jam. It's like this would be like somebody's favorite, or they have it as a snack. And since she's talking about the kids, I'm thinking it's probably around them that she's showing me as well. Dad literally just ate that. Yay! So see, sometimes as a medium, if you are watching this and you're a medium, you're like, I want something bigger, like show me the date that they passed or how they crossed over. And they're like, no, I'm just going to show you toast with butter and jam. Most mornings, that's what you have. This is her way of saying that. Like, she knows. And she's like, Julie, he's picky. He's picky. This isn't just any toast. Like, I feel like he's showing me an analogy of like, one of my sister, Mikey, makes cinnamon toast, and she lets the butter out overnight. So the butter is like soft and melted. And then it has to be a certain kind of bread. Yes, picky, LOL. So I feel like if you had it at a restaurant, you'd be like, what is this crap? What am I eating? And they're like, Dad, it's just jelly on toast. And he's like, nope. Like, it's got to be a certain amount. Cute. Perfect. Hold on one second. I don't know if one of the kids is being a picky eater or why she's showing me this of one of her kids. But when my kids were little, I saw on a show like to get cookie cutters for sandwiches, and I just keep seeing that. So I don't know if you guys just made cookies with her kids, or if, yes, one is picky too, or if someone is actually cutting fun shapes in their food so that they eat. Is this making any sense to you? I just keep seeing shapes and then food. So she's showing it to me like that. That's a good idea. We'll try. Yeah, because I just keep seeing that. And let them, some kids like to, how do I want to say, some kids have like a texture thing too. So when my eldest was younger, we had to get a Vitamixer so that we can make smoothies for the kids, because one of my children wouldn't even eat fruit because of the texture. And the cool thing about it is you can get green cups and put spinach in there too. Like my favorites to make for them was apple, an orange. I would add a little bit of water. I would get frozen mango and add some spinach, and they just wouldn't even know. Yeah. And sorry, I understand you're saying that, sweetheart. You might get muted only because I'm in the middle of a reading. But as I mentioned before, you guys will see like double messages, and that's your relative's way of saying hi on the other side. And I will take a break after this reading, but thank you for being here. And I'm so happy that that's the way that spirits work, is to help. So everybody get some type of a message and relief and comfort, and that's their goal today. Mom, hold on one second. Oh, perfect. So you guys, that's Tracy D. And Tracy, no worries. Take your time. I'm in the middle of a reading for Liz, and you're all set, sweetie. Just take your time and drive careful. Mom, your daughter's giving you a hard time. Have you had the same yeah, no worries, Ashley. Thank you. Mom, have you had your daughter's joking with you? She's also giving you a hard time. She's like, Julie, my mom needs a makeover. She's had that same hairstyle forever. So have you recently like looked in the mirror and you're like, I need to do something different, like a different color or layers or something? Liz is like, yes, she has. I'm telling you, your daughter's she's giving you a hard time. So I feel like this is how she would be really in life. Liz is like, I am laughing so hard. Yeah, she's like, Oprah's not on, doesn't have a TV show where she does makeovers anymore, but my mom needs a makeover because she's had that same haircut for 30 years. So even mom, if today you were like, oh, I've got to do something with my hair, or it's starting to stick, or it's like when you're sweating and cooking, if it's like too much, your daughter's saying, yeah, you need to do something about your hair. If that makes any sense. Do you guys have a relative on the other side that you would call Mima or Mimi, or is there a Mary? She throws it up in her famous buns every day. Yeah. Yes, I need a makeover, Mom says. Is that funny? So know that she's coming through. Mary, yes. Grandmother. Okay. Nana Mary. Okay. Because I was like, me, Mom? Mary? Okay. So she's with her as well. She just keeps showing me that as well. And is there a Harold or Hank? Somebody like a name like that? Harold or Hank? Hold on one second. For her wife, is one of the kids trying to give up on binkies? Not sure what the Harold, just go ahead and put that to the side. It's like, Harold, Hank? That's okay. Put that to the side. 98% of what I'm talking about should make sense. The youngest is trying to give up on a binky, because one of the things I saw was like, I can't remember which town it is, but they have like a binky tree where you go and the child hangs their binkies on it. Does that make sense? And if you're having a double message, please take out your journal and write this, and just know that's your Mimi's way of coming through. But I know I'm doing this reading, and then there'll be extra messages like for people watching, because that's how they helped. No worries. Yeah, just go ahead and make a note of it, but please refrain from commenting. That's why people are getting muted. And I will take a break after this reading to say hi to you and all of that. So thank you. What's happening is I'm doing a reading right now for this family, and Spirit is going to say like, oh, let's reach more people so that we can bring them comfort today. And that's how this works. So thank you guys so much for being here. Take out your journal or your phone and just write it down, and just know this is your loved one's way of giving you a gift today while you're watching someone's reading. So thank you for being here. Hold on. I don't know who's trying to show me this. Hey, Silver, thank you for being here. These are paid readings, and I just am back after 3 weeks, and so there's just another one that I'm doing, but then I'm done for the day. But I am going to take a break on here and say hi. Okay, hold on 1 second. This doesn't make any sense to me, but I need to say this. Do you guys, was someone a mechanic? Going back to the Harold or the Hank, someone a mechanic here or past? Or, I don't want to do this because it's so embarrassing, but hold on. Do you know that song from Grease? It's automatic, it's hydromatic, it's grease lightning, go do 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 do. I just heard that. So, did someone have a car called Grease Lightning? Did she like the movie Grease? Is someone a mechanic? Her dad is a mechanic and electrician. Okay. Oops. Why are you showing me that? That's just her way to show that she's also just saying hi to Dad. Oh, and you love Grease. Not sure about the Harold. Dad is a mechanic. Yeah. Yeah. So if that was one of your favorite movies, I literally kept hearing, it's hydromatic, it's Grease Lightning, go do 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 do. Yeah, so she's understanding that now. Show me anything else that she wants me to say. She see how she'll joke around, and you randomly sing that song all the time. Okay, thank you, because I was like, why? See, it doesn't make any sense to me, but it's going to make sense to you, so I have to get my singing get my fear of singing out of the way, because all that matters is that it's gonna help you. Okay, and he fixes your cars. Yep, that's it. That's her way of coming through with that. Hold on 1 second. With her wife, it feels like as she passed unexpectedly, your daughter, because it feels very quick, she tells me that her wife went through an upheaval of like having to live somewhere. Did she live with her mom or grandmother? Does your daughter's wife live with her? Yes, and D and Turkin. It's like a whole family. Thanks, Silver. Yes, she lives with her mom. Okay. She's saying that that's good for the time, but she wants to reassure her that that is temporary. Yeah, that's what I saw too. And that she will have a home again. She just wants to say that. She does say that that's been something that's been on her mind. She just keeps saying that. And she does say that she is so grateful for you guys coming through and helping with her kids and like gift baskets, food, gift cards, everything that you're doing to help her wife. She sees, and she's very thankful of that, if that makes any sense. Did someone actually have, I'm going to go back to the movie Grease. Did someone actually have a Letterman's jacket? We love Alexis and the kids so much. Yeah, she just makes me feel like she's, and what a blessing that she had those kids, so that you guys have like a part of her while she's like physically not here. Yeah, we love them so much and do everything you did. Dad had a Letterman's jacket. Okay, thank you. Because she goes, go back to the Grease Lightning thing and talk about the Letterman's jacket. How funny, right? I don't know if it was red and white. That's one that I have for one of my books. That's what I saw in my head, but I usually don't see colors. But just asking, was it red and white? And Dad, do you wear a lot of blue? It was red and white. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. Can we just have fun? I know we're doing like readings. Can I show you guys something? Hold on. This is so cool. They're like, where did she go? I'll see you guys later. Okay, so many of you know, I'll get back to your reading, but I have to share this because this is what I saw in my mind when I was doing the reading. So, and blue's his favorite color. Yep, that's what I just saw. I do this for a living, but I also am very childlike, so I need to like write children's books, so that's something I do. And this is what I saw in my mind's eye. So if your number was 5, I'm gonna freak out, but the fact that it was red and white. So I wrote this book a while ago just to go through some healing, and then I thought it would be so fun to actually like make the jacket. If you guys can see, I know it's gonna be backwards. And your mom's number is 5. Oh my God, this is so cool. I love the way this works. Like, oh my gosh, do you know what I mean? You don't remember the number. That's okay. That's what I saw in my mind's eye. So I saw Letterman's jacket. I saw the one that I have for this book. And then I saw the number 5. So see how she's showing, I know, right, Ashley? So it's like she's showing, oh, thank you. I'm going to start reading my children's books on here in a little while. And that's the first book, and I have another one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask people if they're comfortable, I can put their kids' names in it, not their last name, excuse me, but their first name. How fun to have, like, that's how I did this book. I was going to visit a school with my other books, and one of the kids was being bullied. His name is Gavin. And so I was ready to wrap up my book, and I put Gavin's name in this as being one of the hero kids who helps the other kids. So it's so much fun to do that. Anyway, I haven't figured that out quite in my head. I was going to come on here and do a live just to figure that out, but this is about you guys. Let me hold space for you, okay? Hi, Happy Spider. I'm right in the middle of a reading, but I'm going to do a break here in a second. Okay. So for her to come through this clear with all of these messages, this is her way to say, I see you. I'm watching over you. I know my body has dissipated and I'm no longer here, and it's challenging for you guys, but I'm not gone. My spirit is still alive. I've transitioned into a new form. And that's their way of coming through. Does that make sense to you guys? So I am pulling back. No, this is her way of coming through, and she's just in joy of what the family is doing. She's saying that for something so new and for her to pass away so horrific, you guys are doing a great job. She's so glad the way that she's being honored and that you guys are stepping up and helping the kids. And she does say sometimes a death like this splits a family apart, but you guys are just letting it get you, if anything, you're letting it get you tighter together, and she wants to thank you for that. She just keeps saying thank you for the life that you gave me. Thank you for the love and support that you gave me. And now thank you for watching over the children. It means everything to her. Does that make sense? And she literally just said, Julie, I had the best mom and dad in the world. I have the best mom and dad in the world. I love you guys too. Thank you so much for allowing me to give you this reading today. Wow. I love it when everything makes sense right now, because sometimes what Hannah Liz says, we do have the best mom and dad. Aw. Now, Mom, go get your hair cut, she says. Or like colored, like take a chance. Do you know what I mean? She literally like, we're going to take you to a salon. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I appreciate you too. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to take a break. And I know Trish is coming on too, but I just want to say hi to you guys. I'm not doing other readings today because I'm trying to hold my energy to help someone else. Don't worry, Taryn, I will get her. You guys are so cute. So I'm not doing other readings today. I do private readings. Hi, Trish, I see you. I'm just going to do a break here to get some water and to answer some questions. When loved ones pass away, oh, Shell Bell, hi, I'm so glad you're here. So what happens is when your loved ones pass away, they are still alive in spirit. And are they around me? All the time. Why don't I see them? Because we're not trained as a society to see loved ones who have crossed over, are we? As a matter of fact, when a lot of us were young, oh good, I'm glad, spirit sister. A lot of us when we're young, we do see spirits. We just do. We have this we're just so connected to source, but we call them imaginary friends. And then what happens is when we start school, they go, no, there's nobody, your imaginary friend can't go with you. You're not talking to them. And you're like, oh, I guess they don't exist. So as a society, we are taught that it doesn't exist. And it's not until later that people start to reopen to the gift. That's why I always say, when you're around kids, they'll let you know what spirits are around you because they don't really question. They're not concerned with if people are going to laugh at them. It's not till we get older that we start feeling like, oh, this is a weird thing. I'm going to shut this down. And I don't do love readings for people, but I can answer things. Oh, thank you. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much. I miss you. I miss all of you. I didn't realize how much. This is such a beautiful exchange coming on here and being able to do these readings. All my life, I've just thought I was a big weirdo. People are like, oh, it must be so fun to be a medium. Not really. All my life, they were like, you're weird. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be weird. Why am I weird? And now that I'm older, this is what I do for a living. But when you're younger, it's not such a great thing to have. Yes, welcome. Come in and relax. Exactly. Hi, 12377 or whatever your name is. Connie, I'm not doing individual readings. These are prepaid readings, but your brother is always around you. Whenever you're missing a loved one, merely just say, I miss you today, show me a sign, and then just be open to whatever that sign is. And yeah, I saw your message, Liz, about the Zoom. I would love to do that. When will I be on next? I will announce it on here, but I think, hi Fiona, I think I'm going to be on probably Thursday. And I'm going to try to be 3:30 Pacific Coast time or 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Why do loved ones come in your dreams? Yeah, sometimes they don't. Loved ones can come in your dream, and then they can give you messages that way. I just had a dream about my dad last night. He has much regret for not being the good person that he needed to be when he was here. So I had him in a dream. But it's mostly in your day-to-day life. They will give you it's a lot of little things, like the smell of their cologne, or if someone smoked cigarettes and you don't smoke, you might feel like, I smell cigarette smoke in my house. Do you know what I mean? It's things like that, or the lights flickering, or a song coming on. They're saying to share this, that someone, my dad passed away on December 12th, and I will get in the car and it will say 12:12. That's how I know when I look at a clock and I see 12:12. My dad passed away December 12th. That's his way to wave to me. I see that number on license plates. I see it on the odometer of cars. I see it on my receipt numbers, things like that. And he said to mention the Rose. So someone on here has that same thing too, where The Rose by Bette Midler. Where am I from? I'm originally from Nebraska, then moved to San Jose, went to school in San Luis Obispo, and now I live in Oregon. When do you have openings for the next live? I do. Hey, Sunshine, how are you? I do have openings for my next live. Yeah. Oh, your family's from Nebraska? Oh, Britta, baby, that's so cute. Julie, thank you for the support and your comment. My art pieces, yes, Elena. So I love to help people who are just starting off on their businesses. And just so you know, Elena is an artist and she's going to be selling things on Etsy. Please give her a follow. You'll see her on here. She's taking a lot of great courage to be able to go forward. Okay. One more thing I want to do, and then I'm going to start your reading, Trish. And thank you all for being here, and thank you, moderators. Hey, Alicia. This is going to be backwards. This is totally going to be backwards. But Moon Vibrant, she's on here, and I bought this from her. I forget what it's called. I know it's a wand. I think it starts with a K. But this came at such a good time, because I am clearing some energy, and this is like, I've literally been like holding it. It's nice and cold. It's like, it just feels like so good. So do crystals by themselves change your life? No. But do they enhance it? Like, we wear makeup because it enhances us and makes us feel good. That's the same way that I would like to talk about crystals. They do have healing elements. Selenite. Yeah, thank you. I was going to call it okay, but no, you're absolutely right, spiritual sister. So if you guys aren't following her, that's one person who I used to give readings to, and she's taken the courage to step out of her shell and start her own business. So that's like Moon Vibrant, and I know it's backwards, but you can find her on here, and she goes live and sells these, and she gave me some beautiful little gifts in it, and I do not want to burn these because they smell so good just by themselves. Here, can you do tarot here? I don't know if you're asking like in general or here. I don't allow other people to do readings while I'm doing a reading if I haven't met you, so I haven't like vetted you. Do you know what I mean? But I'm sure you're really good at what you do. I just only want to do this right here. Julie, your reading changed my life. Oh, Karistar will be very much. I've helped people. Now with my gift, are you? Yeah, Shelbell, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, sweetie. I'm so glad to hear it. Okay, so I'm doing a little sip of things. Trish, if you're here, I'm getting ready for your reading. Thank you guys for all of the questions, and thank you for being here. And Riri, I got your payment for Thursday, honey, and you're all set. And keep in mind, I do private readings, and I do Zoom readings on here as well. Hi, Tina. I'm getting ready to do a reading for Trish, sweetheart, but you're welcome to be here. I kind of have a little bit of a line here today, but thank you for being here. Thank you. Is it okay to call you Riri? I have dyslexia, so sometimes when I say people's names, I get it mixed up in my mind, so I have little ways to remember them. Yeah, I'm thinking 3:30 Pacific Coast Time. Would 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time work for you as well? Because that might be better. I just think, yes, thank you. 4 p.m. Pacific Coast Time. Riri, you're all set. Okay, Trisha, are you in here? And moderators, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so Trish is living with, yes, Brent's Ways. Oh, you guys, that was actually Trish. Oh no, she's on there. Okay, sorry. This is so funny. Okay, so we have it pinned comment. You guys can see Trish is here, and you wanted to hear from Whoopie Daisy, grandma and best friend. Trish, I don't know if you're the middle child or if you've ever heard this song, Just Take Some Time, Little Girl, You're in the Middle of the Ride by Jimmy Eat World. But I literally just heard the middle. And I don't know if I'm hearing that song for you, or if you're the middle child, or if you're in the middle of something. Yeah, Trish, this is a different Trish. So there will be other Trish. This is the Trish that paid for her reading. But thank you for being here, Sunshine. And perhaps there's a double message for you. But this is living. This is Trisha D. It's actually Patricia. And it's Living with Brensways is her username. Thank you for being here. So Trish, does that make any sense to you when I hear the middle? I literally keep hearing the middle. And there's something about, okay, not that you can think of, then look up the song. It's called Jimmy Eat World. And it's like, just take your time, little girl. You're in the middle of the ride. So if you're in the middle of like a lot of transitions, then they'll show me lyrics of songs too. And I always say, this is recorded. I'll post it over on my YouTube channel and just like make a note of it. Okay. If you're just joining, please read the pinned comment. I'm right in the middle of a reading, but thank you guys for being here. Trisha D. Okay. Your grandmother calls you the little boss of the house. So I don't know if your kids are all grown, if you're the shortest or the littlest, but you're the little boss of that. You're a little boss of the big house. That's how she just said it. You're a little boss of a big house, and the weight of the world is on your shoulders because if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. If you don't keep the wheels spinning. Does this make any sense to you when she says that? Very much so. Okay, she shows me that again. Is red a signature color for you? Like red clothes or red lipstick or something? I'm telling you, because she's showing me the movie Holes, and there's Kiss Me Kate, and she always wears like lipstick. I don't, because like my lips are, I don't know, my lips are always chapped. But she's singing The Lady in Red. Do you have a singer in your family? It's the third song I've heard while I'm giving you this reading. It's like The Lady in Red or signature color. I always wear red lipstick. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. See how they show me the movie Holds, like Kiss Me Kate, and she always had that red lipstick would leave a message. So this is like so cool. I love this. Hold on one second. The grandmother, one of the ladies that you wanted to hear from today, makes me feel like you are like, you were a lot like her, or you're her favorite, or she was your godmother, or you're named after her. There's something similar with you guys. Does this make any sense to you when I say that? And I know I have a moderator named Jenny, but do you have somebody named Aunt Jenny? Or it starts with a J and then ends with a Y, like Jenny, Jackie, Julie, something like that. You were named after her. Okay, whenever that happens, whenever we're named after somebody, we have their same birthday or something like that, that's important for us to know that that's not just by mistake. There are guides in some way. Do you know what I mean? And she makes me feel like she didn't get a chance. I don't know if you're very vocal, so you're like a go-getter and you're very vocal. She's saying that you're getting a chance in your lifetime to do things that she never had the opportunity to do, or that she couldn't do. Does that make any sense to you? It makes me feel like running your own business or creating. She just didn't have the opportunity to do that. I don't know, she was the oldest and she always had to she helped raise her siblings or something. And then she was married after. So there was no time for her to take care of herself or to create something of her own. Does that make any sense to you when I say that? Can I ask you a pendant? I'm wondering if you have one of her or the other woman that you asked for necklaces. That's okay. Just put it to the side. There's like a pendant. Is someone thinking about selling jewelry, or do you have her necklace or something? Okay, just time out. I only talk about myself if it's going to help you, if it's going to relate to your reading. And my mom I don't wear jewelry, but my mom used to shop at Chico's, and they would have the necklace with the big thing. And I'm saying it, and I can hear somebody say, no, that's my mom. Just hold your comments. I promise I'll take a break. I know that it's coming through this direction. So if that makes sense, perfect. If not, put it to the side. And though you want to hear from these two people, people from your family, from your husband's family, may be coming through as well, if that makes any sense. Is that okay? Yeah, there's like a Jenny, some Jenny, either on your side or your husband's side of the family, here and or cross. It's like Johnny, Jenny, because they keep saying it. So that's something that they're showing me as well. Hold on one second. No worries, Ashley. Thank you. Trish, is it somebody's anniversary coming up, or Johnny is my grandfather? Thank you. Thank you. And hi, Lily. You'll probably get muted, but I'm right in the middle of the reading, so I'm just trying to concentrate, but I will say hi to people on the break. And John is your father. Okay, thank you. So it was my mistake in not understanding like who it was. Okay, there you go. Yeah, if you get muted, you guys, it's only for a short time, and please don't take it personally. My moderators are great. They are volunteers, and they're just doing that so that I can read the thread. I will take a break on here and say hi to people, and thank you guys for being here. So, Johnny, grandfather, and your dad. Okay, that's just their way of coming through and showing that as well. Hold on one second. They keep talking about your daughter. And this is the year that she's going to be going through a lot of changes. Is your daughter in high school? And they show me your daughter, and I see the number 17. Or no, it's 17. Is your daughter in high school? Or well, do you have a daughter? I guess I should say, do you have a daughter? Yes. And is she in high school? Is it the daughter? And then does she, yes, you do. Okay. Is your daughter, and then does she have just older brothers? I just keep hearing there is nobody more protected than your daughter. So I don't know if she's like her, and then she has a bunch of guys. Like, if that makes any sense. And does the number 17 mean something to you as well? Yes, 2 older brothers. And like big. I'm like, yeah, nobody messes with her because they, in the town, they know that she has these older brothers, right? That are like gentle giants. They'll be fine. And 1 younger sister. Okay. As I feel the protection around her. The number 17 comes up around her. Is she 17 or is she just turning 17? This is the reason why they're saying that. Not sure about the 17. Just go ahead and put it to the side. Sometimes it's a date. Sometimes they're talking about someone's age. Okay, she's 14. Okay. So when they say she's going through a lot of changes and they show me the number 17 because I have like no idea how old she is, then this is their way of saying this change that she's going through right now is going to last like for the next 3 years. Things are going to be different for her. So that's like middle school to high school then. And the changes that she's going through, as far as like, how do you want to say that? Trying to be herself, trying to value herself or find out what she wants is really important. So if she feels like she's all over the place, like if she's like, I want to be a marine biologist, and the next day she's like, I want to join band, and then the next day she's like, I want to be in drama, and you're like, oy vey, pick one thing. They're telling me that she's just trying to figure out what it is that she wants to do. So perhaps maybe the boys already knew and they had a vision. She's like, yes, oh my God. So if it's driving you crazy, Trish, if it's driving you crazy, then please know she's anxious and she's nervous because she wants to know that she's good at something, if that makes any sense. So this can be a lot. I know that's what they're saying, but I feel like at the end of the day, your daughter has a very sensitive heart. She doesn't like, some people can have a bit of a tough outer shell where they can just move along and they don't really overthink about what people think about them. But your daughter has a very sensitive heart in regards to that. I would go, she really does. You're saying yes. So she doesn't like it when people yell at her. Do you know what I mean? Other people can, who likes someone yelling at you? No one does, but people can brush that off. It stays with her a while. Does that make sense? So I would love to see her when they're showing me this, like, advice. I love her in water. So I don't know if she can do like swimming or something like that. I know that's like a whole thing at school for the swimming, but I'm just telling you, like, track. I would love to see her do track. I would love to see her do things outside in nature, exercise. I feel like that's going to help her a lot. But specifically, they're showing me track. So I don't know if she, you know, that TikTok saying she's a runner, she's a track star. I just keep seeing that. So I don't know if she's all legs or something like that, but somehow, like, running, I feel, is like, you're not really competing against people. You're most like competing against your own time. It's not as heavy as other sports. It's not as intense as other sports, if that makes any sense. So they're just showing me that, just to let you know. And that's their way of saying that they're watching over you as well. Okay, hold on. I just keep seeing the pendant. I don't know why. Did someone wear chunky jewelry? This is making sense to you. Okay, so see how they come through and they know exactly what you need. Okay, did someone wear chunky jewelry? I still am seeing a pendant. The only other thing I can think of that this would be is if someone, you know how we're rodeo stars and people have a big belt buckle? It's almost like that. Does that make any sense to you? On your side, your dad's side, your husband's side, like it's like big, it's like a necklace and then a pendant, or they're showing me belt buckle. I can't tell what it's attached to. And I taste birthday cake in my mouth, so I have to ask, this is their way of showing me that it's someone's birthday and or anniversary of their passing is coming up. It's like just was planned or just coming up. Does that make sense to you when I say that? My grandmother used to wear a lot of jewelry. Okay, thank you. So that's her way of coming through. It's not like my mom wore it too, but it wasn't like and I don't wear jewelry at all, but it's like, and yes, it's the anniversary of her passing. Thank you. Delilah's gonna start coughing because this is always what happens. So she's gonna do that really quick. Yes, on the anniversary. Oh, she's all right. Thank you. Oh, my eldest is coming to get Delilah in case she needs anything. Thank you for that. And then Nolan is coming and snorting in the room. Maybe after so I can concentrate. If you hear a pig in the room, I'm safe. It's Nolan's come in here, and you guys have seen him before, the French Bulldog. He's so snorty. All right, this is turning into like, I'm just gonna buy a farm and do readings. So see how your grandmother comes through, and if you're concerned about your daughter going through these things, this is her way of showing me. I feel like both of you and I have a household where people are going in and all the time, so you understand. Trish, perfect. So why does this happen? Why is she coming through the way that she's coming through? It's because you have asked for her help, and she's like, I used to wear big necklaces, and then it's the anniversary, and tell her I'm helping with her daughter and I'm watching over her daughter. Do you know what I mean? She's just saying. And there might be sometimes where you feel like, oh my God, I'm having so much friction with my daughter. But keep in mind, your daughter is not trying to be ornery. She's scared, and it's coming from an anxiousness of urgency or anxiousness of not knowing what she wants to do. So to have the kind of conversation with her, if you say something like, and is there a Chris or Christina in your family, either here or crossed over as well? Because she says, say the thing that you were going to say again, let your daughter know, honey, not everybody doesn't know what they want to do. Even people who graduate sometimes do not know what they want to do, but you are smart. And it reminds me of the help when the maid says, you are smart, you are something, and you are kind. And she keeps telling her that affirmation. I feel like you with your daughter to have affirmations, it's going to be a time of faith, and just let her know that there's always a divine source around her that's going to always guide her in the right place, and that you have visions of seeing her being very successful. She needs that. She needs to know that she's going to be okay, and that she doesn't just have to pick one thing. Some people feel like they have to pick one thing and there's an urgency on it. And with your daughter, that's what I feel too. I agree, Ashley, for sure. So does it make sense to you, Trisha, when I'm saying that? And is there a Chris or Christine, or it's like a name like that starts like C or K or starts KR? Yes. So this is making sense. Okay, perfect. And that's just the way. Yeah, you are smart, you are kind, you yeah, but she says you is smart, you is kind, you is important. I love that. So that would be something that helps your daughter a great deal. She just needs to know that's okay. Sometimes when I'm doing readings for people, the names come out very clear, and sometimes it's kind of like it. So what's going to happen is I have this recorded, and you can play it back. You'll be like, oh my God, that's my husband's sister. I don't even know why I wasn't thinking of that, but that's okay. I always know that they have an agenda, and they know why they're saying things, so they'll bring that up. I do know one of the things that she's showing me, your grandmother, is you have an energy where you do not back down. Your kids picked you for this. So if your daughter's like, I don't want to do any of this, I want to have a lemonade stand and sell hot dogs and lemonade out front of our house, you're like, I'll help you do it. We'll get the plan, we'll do it. Do you know what I mean? You just want your kids to be successful, and that's why they picked you, if that makes any sense. Whew. Is one of your children, hold on one second. Is one of your kids thinking about, like, is one of your kids leaving for college or something? Or one of the boys leaving for college? Because this is the feeling I felt. You have a lot of energy going on in your house. Maybe we need to, like, please, this year, get more than ever, get massages, do your yoga, take care of yourself. Because your energy just, your house feels like it's got a lot going, and you're just spinning a lot of plates at one time, if that makes any sense. But show me the thing that you were just saying for really quick. One of your children leaving? Yes, but no, but you got a lot going on. I just keep hearing you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you want to live here, but you're coming home at 3 a.m. and I get up at 6. So it's fine if you're not moving out. You can stay here to save money, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have your independence and yet borrow money from me, or you can't have your independence and then like disrupt the flow of my home. Do you know what I mean? Is that making any sense? So I don't know if you have, I just saw the picture of like when my kids went away for college and then they came back. This is making sense to you? Okay, thanks. And I was like, I'm good with you guys. Like, I'm glad you have your independence at college, but like, you guys are coming home and in and out and like just throwing things place. I still have a life. Like, I have to work. I have to get up early. I can't have you coming home at 4 a.m. And yes, I know you're older and I know you're independent, but you're living here. So this is like certain rules have to be obeyed. Do you know what I mean? I just keep seeing that. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. Okay, so let's go back to that. I keep seeing a jacket for some reason. Do you have a child that has a jacket with a lot of patches on it? Hi, if you're here for the first time, I'm just doing some reading, so you might be muted. I will take a break to say hi to people. I'm just trying to concentrate on this reading right now. Thank you for being here. I don't know why I'm seeing this jacket with patches. So I don't know if your son has this, and designer one with like patches, but I keep seeing a jacket and just has squares on it. Does that make any sense to you? I almost felt like one of your sons could design clothes, or if they're trying to show me your daughter. And if it's not that, the only other thing that I can see from the patches that they're showing me is like a quilt. When somebody takes, when someone passes away and they get their clothes and they make a blanket out of it. That's the only other thing, excuse me, that I could see. It looks like a designer jacket, almost like a bomb. I just did a reading for the person before you, and I was like, it's a Letterman's jacket, but this feels almost like, I don't know. There's some, just write it down. There's something about a designer jacket. I can't understand why they're showing it to me or what it means, but write it down because it will make sense. Yeah, if you have like a fashionista of one of your sons who they have to wear like quality clothing, I could go for that too. If they have to, just bought my husband a very nice leather jacket. Thank you. I was like, why are you showing me this? What does it mean? Okay, thank you. That's it. I was like, what is this? Okay, thank you. That makes sense to me. That's it. So you just bought the jacket. They're literally just talking about this. Okay. Whew, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Is your husband kind of big and you're just so little? There's something about like, he's like broad shoulders. Because your grandmother was saying when your husband hugs you, you just disappear in his arms. You can't even see you. Yes? Okay. She just literally showed me that. Okay. So I'm backing up here for a moment. I'm glad she gave you so much validation that this is indeed her. She feels like, I know you wanted to hear from two people. It feels like grandma's the one that she's like coming through. And that's what they do, especially if they're your guide trying to help you during this time. But she is saying that the habits that you had before to get through all this time where you're the one doing everything is not going to like work so much. Like she knows your love language is like helping people, she said. Does that make sense to you? But she says also just pull back and give to yourself because you're going to need it to be able to keep the pace going, especially to help you with your daughter's needs, to help her figure out this time in her life of what she wants to do and what she wants to, what she's going through. Yes, I'm always helping others. Yeah. She just makes me feel like sometimes I see this with women where they're like, am I going through menopause or do I have chronic fatigue syndrome? She's just saying that you might have already been hearing some guidance either to like to start a garden or do meal planning. And she's saying that she wants to help you nourish yourself. And she says that you already have like a broken sleep where I feel like you're not, do you work a swing shift? Do you work at night and then sleep all day? That's just another validation of what she's trying to show, if that makes any sense. She's telling me that she's just concerned about you, that you're burning the candle at both ends. And she's saying that everybody's older now and they're not used to helping because they like mama to do everything. But this is getting at the point now where it's time to delegate things. It doesn't mean that you're not a good mom. I own my own business and I'm up late and sleep all day. Yes. See, sweetie, she knows. She says you're burning the candle at both ends because you're working at night and then you sleep during the day. But lately you haven't been sleeping as much during the day because you're helping others, which is fine. And she knows you're a good mom and you want to take care of your family. But they're older now, so some people could be doing some of the things that you're doing. And as I gave that collective reading at the very beginning of this, it means like pull back your energy. You don't have to stop giving because she said it's not like you. That's never going to happen. But make sure that you're giving to yourself as well, meaning getting massages, treating yourself to a dinner that you haven't had in a long time or something like that. Does that make sense? And as much as I don't like paper plates because of our world and recycling, it's not going to hurt Mother Earth and your family to eat off paper plates one night so that you don't have to do a bunch of dishes. Does that make sense? Yes, I definitely need to start putting myself first. So she really does bring that up. So just so you know, and other people aren't used to it because they're like, well, mom, you always do this. Just have a, your grandmother said, well, there's a new sheriff in town and mom can't do this anymore. And you guys are getting older. And though I love to help you do things like this, it's really important that you guys start stepping up and helping out too. And your grandmother's saying you're actually training them for, to take care of themselves when they get older. And she's like, the boys can throw a dinner in a crock pot. The boys can, oh, there's this like tasty.com app where it shows you all these crock pot recipes, and literally you can just go to Costco, put the chicken in, chicken breast, chicken broth, and then a bunch of potatoes and carrots, and boom, you're done. You can even throw the rice and the noodles in there. Do you know what I mean? So they might say, well, we like it when you cook and we like it. That's okay. It's not going to hurt them to help every once in a while. That's just what she says. So to have a family meeting and just to say, Mom's been doing this for a long time, but I need help. And she is say the thing, yeah, one of them can be in charge on Thursday nights. One of them can be in charge for dinner on Friday night. She said it's going to feel weird at the beginning, and you're one going to get in there and help, and they're going to want you to. But you're training them for their life skills too, so they know what to do when they are out on their own, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, Ashley's like, we live off paper plates. Yeah, it's like, Mom is not. I always told my kids, I love being a mom. I hate being a maid. Meaning, I'll clean up, and then I have to clean up again after the cleanup. Do you know what I mean? Is this making sense to you? Okay. She literally draws XOXO. So I don't know if that's what you do, if that's your signature thing, if you text that to your kids, but I literally see XOXO. Or if that's how she signed cards to you, just know that's her way of saying that she's very much supporting you. That's from her, the XOXO. So see the validation of the red lipstick and your daughter going through this right now, and always XOXO. I'm telling you, she's doing it again. I was like, what am I, Gossip Girl? Isn't that how they ended up? XOXO, Gossip Girl. No, I'm just kidding. And then the jacket for your husband, and then her anniversary is coming. All of this is her way of saying, hey, my body has dissipated, but I am very strong in spirit, and have faith because I can help you. Yeah, perfect. So Trish, I am pulling back. I hope this reading brought you some comfort today. Just know that she's with you, giving you guidance. I would heed the warning or the message to up your self-care. I always say when spirits start to give you that message in a reading, if you don't listen the first time, then they'll make you rest, meaning it's like, then I get sick, then I have to rest. Do you know what I mean? So befriend that voice of taking care of yourself. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot. It's not this all or nothing. It can be like, I don't cook on Thursdays anymore, and I don't know what you guys are going to do, but I bought some pita pockets in there, or some frozen pizza, and you're welcome to heat it up. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashley. I'm just going to take a break and say hi to people. I first want to thank the moderators. You guys are amazing. I'm not doing more readings because I'm a bit sleepy today. I need to up my self-care. But your mom is always around you. And if you did not get to say goodbye, I understand that. I have so much compassion for that. But she is very much around you. And whenever I have a challenging time with my loved ones passing, because we miss them so much and we had so much love for them, I always ask them for a sign and read more books on signs. I have a book out called I Am Home that kind of helps people look through that. Hey, Julie, but there's a lot of like YouTubers and things on here to show you how to ask for signs from your loved one. But their body has dissipated, but their spirit is very much still alive and always around you. How do I pick people to read? These are paid readings. I'll be doing paid readings again on Thursday. But starting February, I will be going on here again and offering random times where I do free readings, and that's in between other readings. And so if you are following me, you'll see that as well. I do do phone readings and Zoom readings, just to keep in mind. And you can also just like go to my website here. It's Peace-Serenity is my website, where you can book a reading. That's the best way to do it. Yeah. But thank you. And I'm so glad you guys, were able to join today. And perhaps you didn't get a reading today, but you're watching me give a reading to someone else, and maybe there were some wonderful double messages in there for you guys, or you're just watching it and saying, oh my gosh, if her grandmother's around her, then maybe that means that my dad's around me. That's definitely my goal, is to bring you guys some comfort today, to let you know. Hi, Savannah. I'm not doing any more readings today. As you can see, I'm starting to get sleepy. I pride myself on not doing readings when I'm tired, but I will be in on Thursday again at 4 p.m. doing readings on here. Linda paid Thursday's reading, wanted me to ask you if you got her payment. She is on the phone. I didn't see it on here yet, but if she wants to message me, she can always email me to see if I received the payment, and it's my name, Julie Dart at Comcast.net. But then I've been busy on here too, so I'm not sure. It didn't pop up like how yours did, Riri, when I saw your reading. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ashley, yeah, no more readings tonight. Mama needs to go get some rest. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Dee. It's always such a pleasure. I feel like all the moderators so far, I feel like I have reached out to you guys to let you know that we're having a wonderful moderator party Valentine's Day, and it is going to be, I think I put it for 4 p.m., but it's going to be on Zoom. Ashley, did I send you the invite for that? And Silver and Jenny, just want to make sure I'm getting everybody on here to make sure that you guys have all received the invite for that, because we're going to do random readings and just talk about like how we can be better service to people on here, and then and just have like a little Valentine's Day party. Perfect. All right, you guys, so I'm going to log off. I'm going to save this. It is going to be reposted over on YouTube. Julie, nothing is sticking. Can't do Etsy. Please pray for me. Thank you. I really feel like you need a mentor, sweetie. There's got to be a mentor. If anybody's really good with Etsy stuff and can help somebody through a technical difficulty, Elena, nature artist. I've never sold on Etsy, but she's having a rough time getting her prints out there. So if someone wants to reach out to her, that would be great. Yes, Ashley, you got that. Perfect. Excited of Zoom. Me too. Well, thank you, moderators, again. I'm going to practice what I preach and go get some much needed rest. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your prayers for Delilah to help her get healed from her tumor and no cancer and things like that. And thank you all. I will see you probably Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time right here. Much love to everybody. Take care, you guys.